Everyone knows Santiago Matamoros, but he is not the only Moor-killer in Spanish sacred art. Here are two you have probably never seen. Beginning in the 12th century, St. James, or Santiago, was reimagined as a warrior on horseback, sword raised, the bodies of Muslims crushed beneath his horse's hooves. This was the Santiago Matamoros type, and it anchored Christian military identity across Iberia for centuries. But at San Pedro de Cardeña, the monastery where the Cid was said to have been buried, that figure was not Santiago, it was Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar himself. This 18th century relief on the monastery's facade was known in Cardeña's own monastic literature as Cid Matamoros. The Cid, the Moor-killer, modeled visually and ideologically on Santiago Matamoros. Beneath his horse lay the trampled bodies of Muslims, though Muslims costumed not in anything the 11th century Cid would have recognized. Their turbans and caricatured features belonged to the early modern imagination of the Ottoman enemy rather than to the Taifa world that the Cid actually inhabited. The image was never about history. Geraldine Dodds argued that at Cardeña, in the long ideological aftermath of the Morisco expulsions, El Cid served to anchor a monastery's identity in opposition to an Islam that was less a historical reality than a polemical construction. And Cardeña was not alone. A few valleys away, at San Pedro de Arlanza, the founding monastery of the county of Castile, the same formula was applied to another hero, Fernán González, the 10th century count who secured Castilian independence. Again, the warrior on horseback. Again, the vanquished beneath him. The Matamoros type had become a template that any sufficiently mythic Castilian hero who had fought against Muslims could inhabit, its iconographic logic detachable from any single saint and available to whoever the monastery needed its enemies to fear. 3 sites, 3 warriors, with only one iconographic formula. The Matamoros was not just any old saint, it was a religious language of conquest and victory.